Well, hello friends. My name is Scott, and I wanted to say thanks for allowing me to come in and be a little part of your devotional time today. I am a big fan of the continent of Africa. I've done a lot of work in Uganda, some ministry in Congo as well. A lot of friends that are African natives that are still on the ground in the countries of Uganda and Congo. So love your continent, big fan of your continent and the things that God is doing there. I'm also a big fan of Beth Keegan, and I hope you're enjoying your time there. And additionally, I'm a big fan of, I'm a good friend of, I tolerate Ron Keegan, as you do. You take Beth, you tolerate Ron. It's what happens, right? Actually, Ron and I are good friends. We've been on several ministry adventures together, and I hope that you're enjoying the time that you have with the two of them. So I want to get to it today. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 14. Proverbs chapter 14. So get turning there. Proverbs 14. I don't know about you. I'm kind of a garage guy. Like, I'm a motorcycle and car and shiny, fast, loud kind of guy. But I love garages, and I love garages that are clean, like my garage. I don't have my dream garage yet, but my dream garage, you're going to be able to eat off the floor in there. There's a place for everything and everything in its place, and you'll walk in and think you're like in a surgical operating room or something like that. One of my favorite places to hang out, I know this is really weird, but it's just us, right? But one of my favorite places to hang out is actually an airplane hangar. So I have a friend that has a business where he services airplanes, and he has this hangar, and I love going in there because everything is orderly. There's a place for everything in its place. There's a checklist, there's procedures. Planes come in and they get clean, and they're squeaky clean, and his floor is clean, and even when he's tearing apart engines, everything's clean, and it's just good because everything is like it should be, right? Well, I contrast that with my friend Kate. Kate doesn't work in an airplane hangar. Kate works on a farm. She and her family own a dairy farm, and so she deals with cows all of the time. Now, cows are renowned. They're popular. Cows are famous for doing two things: chewing their cud and making cow pies. It's what cows do. Cows make cow pies whenever and wherever they want to. So I like working in an airplane hangar, but Kate, she's on the farm, man, and so she's dealing with this stuff all the time. Now, I like to do ministry like I'm in an airplane hangar. I like everything in its place. I like ministry procedures and checklists. I like it clean and orderly, and I get frustrated when it doesn't look like that. And I'm doing my ministry in my hangar utopia, right, where everything is perfect and it's like it should be, and then in comes a cow. And you know what the cow does up in my airplane hangar? Dumps a load. Makes some poop right in my airplane hangar. Messes around with me. And I try to clean it up, and I try to tell the cow, look, this is airplane hangar. This is how we do things. And the cow just doesn't care because the cow poops wherever or whenever it wants to. And it does it again. And so I try to get the cow to stop pooping, but the cow doesn't stop pooping because that's what a cow does. Cow just kind of comes with its own mess. Well, here's the truth. We don't do ministry in an airplane hangar. We do ministry on the farm. And when we do ministry on the farm, we're dealing with people. And people are messy. And people poop it up sometimes, don't they? Proverbs chapter 14, verse 4. It says, "Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean. But much revenue comes by the strength of the ox." So let's look at that first part. Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean. You know why my utopia hangar is clean? Because there's no cows. There's no oxen in there. There's no livestock in there. There's nobody to poop it up. But it gets dirty when I have people come in, or I have the livestock, I have the animals come in. See, it's clean when there's nobody there, but you can't do ministry without people, man. And here's the truth. People are messy. And we want to clean them up as much as we can, and we want to get them orderly as much as we can, but people are just messy. I've heard people say before, like I don't really want to enter that relationship with that person because it's going to be messy. Here's the truth. If you're dealing with people, it's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. Oh, hey, here's a news flash. You're messy. You come with your own set of issues. You poop. And you're so used to it, sometimes you can't smell it. But you poop, we're all messy, right? Now, if you're a ministry person, you deal with the big mess. You deal with a lot of big messes. And you're in a place right now where you're dealing with trying to get everything right, and you're trying to get everything orderly, and you have all this, the people factor, and things aren't going so well sometimes, and you just look around and it's just like piles of poop everywhere, right? But here's what you have to remember, that when it comes to people pooping, sometimes they'll do it on purpose. Sometimes you have people come in your ministry, they're like, I'm just going to make a mess of it because that's what I want to do. And it's like their spiritual gift is just messing up what you're trying to put together, right? And then there's some people that they don't mean to do it. They just do it on accident. You know, I mean, maybe they're a bit incontinent, right? Maybe they don't have any control of their bladder. Like, I'm sorry, I just came with a mess. I mean, I had a mess coming in here, and I'm trying to get my messes together, but it just kind of like, it keeps going, and I'm sorry, but I just kind of come with the mess. And some people are just not healthy, and they don't know any better. They don't know that they're a mess, and they don't know the things that they're doing, and you kind of need to help them out with that, but you have to have grace as you're ministering to them. You have to have grace as you're working with them and realize that, man, this place would be clean if you're not here, but hey, you know what? I'm glad you're here, and I'll take the mess. If you being here means that you come with the mess, I'll take the mess. Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean. Listen, the Lord did not ask us to minister where there are no oxen. He didn't ask us to minister where there are no animals. He didn't ask us to minister in this utopia of an airplane hangar. He asked us to minister on the field. And the field is messy because it's full of animals. It's full of people, right? But let's look at the second part of that. It says, but much revenue comes by the strength of the ox. But much revenue comes by the strength of the ox. Here's the good news, and we forget this. Here's the good news. That with people comes strength. People bring strength. Not only do they bring poop, but they bring strength. And sometimes all we see is the poop that people bring. We don't see their strength. Don't let the aroma of their mess overpower the strength that they bring. Because you want to tap into that strength. You want to harness that strength. You want to kind of hitch that strength together and move the kingdom forward. But you'll not be able to do that if your eyes are always on the mess. Right now, you deal with the mess. You try to get the mess cleaned up. You try to get it a little bit better. But don't let the smell overpower the strength that they bring. This is good news. It says, with strength comes much revenue. That means an abundant harvest. Much revenue means an abundant, a lot of good things that happen, right? So stop looking at the poo and start tapping into the strength that people bring. So we all bring this mess. You know, we just make a choice. Sometimes we just need to step around the mess. We need to step around the poo. Sometimes we need to find the strengths that people brings, and we need to leverage those strengths, working together in that. So my friend Kate, she gets dirty, man. She deals with the poo. But she also has a great payoff because she has some of the best cheese in our region. She's a dairy farmer, so they'll milk these cows. Some of the best cheese in the region. Some of the purest milk in the region. Some of the best ice cream you will ever have. Oh, and every now and then, a good steak. Yeah, because she harnesses the strength. Do the cows poop? Yes, but she harnesses the strength and she enjoys the benefit. Thank God that we have this Savior that looks beyond all of our poop and all of our mistakes and all of the stench that we bring. And He looks beyond that, deals with that, forgives that, changes us. It says in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, but thanks be to God who always leads us as captive in Christ's triumphal procession. And then it says this, and He uses us to spread the aroma of the knowledge of Him everywhere. He uses us to spread the aroma of the knowledge of Him everywhere. Here's the great thing, is that you may be in the middle of the poop, but you don't smell like it. You smell like Christ. You smell like Christ. So what are other people smelling on you? Do they smell your mess? Do they smell your dysfunction? Or are they getting an aroma of Christ? And maturity is to be able to look at the people who are making messes and say, they may be making messes right now, but God is giving them the fragrance of Christ, even slowly. I can see these people as some people who may be bringing in a mess, but they have the potential of being the aroma of Christ. My great hope, guys, I know you're in a tough place. I know you have tons of messes that you deal with. Thank God that you do. Because in the middle of the mess, it means that you have the power to harness some great strength. And imagine if all of those messes are turned in to the aroma of Christ, the strength that comes from the aroma of Christ. And other people begin to get a whiff of that and think, oh, wait a minute, I want to get a little closer and see a little bit more of that. And they bring their mess in, and what happens is their mess over time is turned into the aroma of Christ. And other people on the outside begin to see and smell that, and they come in with their mess, and their mess is turned into the aroma of Christ. And other people seem to see and smell that. That's the way that the kingdom moves, doesn't it? So be blessed, my friends. You don't want to do ministry in an airplane hangar because it's void of people and it's void of strength. Because as the word says, where there are no oxen, the manger is clean. Don't worry about a clean manger. Don't worry about a clean manger. Why? Because much revenue comes by the strength of the ox. May God richly bless you as you serve him in some very hard ways. May you be incredibly blessed. And today, may you be the aroma of Christ. May you smell the aroma of Christ. And may you sense the strength that comes from the people that God has put in your path. God bless you.